In this video, I'll be making a set of decorative bowls. Hi everyone, welcome to the Laser channel where we learn, create, and share. My name is Greg, and today's project video is going to offer a lot of different ways to create this project, whether it's using painted wood or stained wood or changing out the thickness of the wood. You can even change the way the rings of the bowl are stacked up. Here's how I'm going to be creating my bowl in today's video. I'm using 3mm plywood that I painted on one side and stained on the other side with some Danish oil. There's also pre-painted material like this WeCreat wood set made of high quality plywood. The bowl is going to be made by stacking up different layers of rings. Let's head into the computer and see what today's graphic looks like. If you'd like to know how I created these files, I'll have a link to another video down in the video description where I show step by step just how I made these files. In that video, I did use Lightburn, but know that you can use the Make It software to create your own file. All the drawing tools are basically the same between the two software packages. And just below that video link, I'm going to have the download link where you can just download the two files that we see on our screen right now so you can make this project on your own. I'm going to start by taking this first project and just moving it inside. And I just love the camera that is on the machine because my work material has two hanging hole tabs. This is material that I originally got from the Dollar Tree, and there's some twine that went through there. So now I can get this positioned just right. My settings that I'm using for the cutouts is going to be a power of 90%. This machine does have that powerful 40-watt laser module in it, and my speed is going to be clipping along at 10 millimeters per second. Certainly, if you're using a different thickness material or a different laser machine, you'll need to use settings that are compatible with your setup. Now, normally on a project like this, I would take both of my cutout patterns and put them on the work material at the same time and laser them all out at the same time to save some time. However, I want to shake things up a little bit in this video, and I want to do a little experiment using the air assist pump. The stock one that comes with the machine has been working perfectly well for me, and it flows at about 24 liters per minute. Works perfectly well for a machine with this size and power. However, when I get to the second design, I'm going to use this huge aftermarket pump, which is going to flow 90 liters per minute. So we're going to be over 3 times the airflow and see if it has any real effect on our cutting. I'll click the autofocus button and make sure that everything is in perfect focus to get that perfect laser cutting. The Vision laser machine uses a light beam to detect the surface of the material, making it perfect for soft or delicate materials because it's a non-contact focusing system, and it has always been spot on for me. From here, I'm ready to start the project. It's really that easy. Place the material in the machine, put a graphic on the screen, hit the autofocus, double check the run settings, and we're ready to run. I'll get some background music on and we'll watch a little video montage of these two bowls being made. And don't forget to show this video some love, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, or leave a comment down below. The first cutout's complete. I've installed the larger air assist pump, and now it's time for the second cutout. The cutouts are complete. The stock air pump is the lower left corner and the aftermarket one is on the upper right. I did have it off for the first 2 inner rings, but at first glance, I can't really tell a difference between the stock pump and the aftermarket pump. Here's another side-by-side comparison of the two cutouts. Now, they both cut out really well. Here's that stock air pump that comes with the machine that does automatically turn on when the project starts. And here's the one with the aftermarket one. And on the outer rings, I really can't tell. On the inner two rings, we'll see that when that aftermarket air pump was off, we did have some smoke residue on the surface. And while I would like to say I did that purposely for this demonstration, that air pump doesn't turn on automatically, and I actually forgot to turn it on. So I think for this little test that I did, I'm just going to keep on using the stock air pump that comes with the WeCreat machine. It works just fine, and most of all, it automatically turns on, so I don't forget to turn the pump on. And I almost forgot, the charring on the side of the wood comes out clean on both sides. So once again, I think I'm just going to stick with that stock air pump that comes with the laser machine. Now for the really fun part, building up the layers of the sides of the bowl. When we take a look at this one, I just alternated. Every other layer is just turned a little bit, the same as the every other layer. I've also taken that every other layer and flipped the wood over for that black material to show through, remembering that I'm stained on one side and painted on the other. I think for this project video, to shake things up, I'm going to veer off from what I did on these first two, which is I kept all the shapes on the same bowl. But I think for this one, what I'm going to do is swap out every other layer in between the two different shapes, and that's how I had this design set up, so that the rings from either one of these bowls will complement the other. I'll get my every other layers separated out, build up my stacks, and then glue everything up with some instant cure glue. This is really the best stuff to use on a project like this. The easiest way I found to be able to get the stack layers just the way I want is to just lay them out in a long row. Then it makes it really easy to swap out the every other layer between the two designs. Both projects turned out great. We're going to check these out in just a second. Before that though, I wanted to mention a couple of tips. Whenever I'm using instant glue, I like to put down a plastic bag on my work table. It prevents my project from accidentally being glued down. The other thing that we saw me using was some spray at the end of the glue up. This spray is going to activate any of that instant glue that is still wet on the surface. That will prevent me from accidentally gluing my hand to the project. This project was a lot of fun to make. It didn't take too much time, and these look awesome. And this was only one of the ways that this project could be assembled. If you'd like to directly support the laser channel, you can make a donation by hitting the thanks button down below or becoming a channel member and getting some extra perks like some emojis or some exclusive members only video content. Well, until we meet again in the next video, learn, create, and share.